DAE ever wonder if purgatory is actually real and that we're currently living in it? Have you watched The Good Place by any chance? I believe we all live in the eye of a blue-eyed giant named Macomer. Nope. I don't believe in afterlives or stuff like that. It's not real. Nor are heaven or hell. We've made our bed and have to live in it. Yeah, ever since I tripped on cough syrup years ago, I'm not sure that I didn't die and that I'm just stuck here. Wow. I think it would actually make more sense to explain life this way than life just being the default. I feel like this all the fucking time. I'm not doing a very good job. Would it matter? What is that? No, but now I will. I think about this when I'm stuck in traffic. I imagine a great stream of people slowing moving down an assembly line, placed to mill around while getting used to being dead and waiting for the sorting hat. If this is purgatory, they have done a real shitty job making it evil and filled with fire everywhere. I want my money back, stupid boring purgatory with oceans and lakes and mountains and streams. When will the horror of these beautiful places finally end? What is a topic that is difficult for you and your partner to discuss? His GF. Sex and the lack of it. He just shuts down. Religion and sexism-based topics were both women. But I'm very pro-abortion and women's rights. She not so much. His gambling addiction and all the lies that go along with it. Sex. But also whether peanut butter melts or not. Starts an argument every time. The two aren't related though. We have always aimed to be able to talk openly about sex and money. If you can talk about those things, you can talk about anything. His extremely low sex drive. His gambling problems. Emotions. I suffer from depression and sometimes my emotions can get out of control and I'll say something accusatory or hurtful or I'll react to something in an unconventional way. My husband keeps everything closed up and doesn't express his emotions really at all until he blows up. So the uncomfortable discussion usually comes after a fight where I need to explain where I was coming from emotionally and he has to open up emotionally. It's usually difficult and uncomfortable, but we force each other to do it because we can't have a healthy marriage otherwise. Money, because he will say in the same 2-hour or less time span, honey, the sky's the limit. Buy whatever you want / make hotel receipts at wherever. And then turn around and say, well, we can't do this, that or that because money and quat. This drives me crazy. Or say we have X amount in the bank and retirement accounts plenty but I can't retire yet or having an open relationship once I found out about. Well, you know. Apparently for months we were already in one. Just only one of us was aware. Even at the onset. Wouldn't have been cool for me, but the ask for forgiveness. Not permission really doesn't work when it comes to intimate relationships. What's a bad trait that you have developed from your insecurities? Leaving before getting left. I'm very suspicious when guys specifically are really nice to me. Trust issues. If something bad happens in my life, I tend to blame myself first when it's not my fault. Getting stressed and not eating or binge eating. Or excessive exercise. And vaping, but hey, I'm off cigarettes. Avoiding people like the plague. I'm terrified of confrontation. Betrayal. Disappointment and all that, so at one point, I decide. I'm happier alone, I have no one to entertain and no one to impress. When I fail at something, for example, when I don't get a job I was excited about, I adopt a no big deal. Didn't want it that much anyway attitude. I feel like it's toxic and impedes goal setting and personal growth. Hypervigilance, mix of insecurity and trauma response from previous relationships. I'm on high alert to whatever I see as a threat to my relationship with a great guy who has given me no real reason to mistrust him. I have to keep in mind that just because he's civil with his most recent ex doesn't mean he's going to realize one day that he was much happier with her than me. Choosing to be with men who truly believe they're better than me and therefore put no energy or effort into me. I don't believe I deserve better on some level. I think I'm in a relationship like that now. Rolled off me after a quickie and was scrolling Reddit within 30 seconds after he finished this morning. And I'm stuck living with him another 5 months. Since I realized I've been doing something my friends call quiet quitting. I put in the 0 effort I get back. I hope to get a pizza party soon. At least that feels better. Although it's not being me. Because I generally am warm and loving and dote on people. So I hope this experience doesn't ruin that. Casual Convo Fridays. The wedding I went to last Saturday was quite the adventure. There was a severe windstorm and because of that the power was out at the venue they initially booked. Luckily there was plenty of natural lighting for the ceremony. But the reception had to be moved to another venue. And then another venue on short notice. But in spite of all that, they still got a visit from our local baseball team's racing hot dog mascots. XD, DA's photo of the week, must watch birds. https://imgur.com/gallery/izizpf. I wish I could catch up better on social cues. I realized overnight that people were trying to help me with my ADHD. By telling me about my shoes. I realized that a bunch of people at my job were either testing me, teasing me, or helping me. Throwing my words back at me to laugh at my face. I don't know. It's pretty cruel. Sure, it helped me realize that it was going on, but it's a tad bit abusive too, right? It makes me a bit sad. I care about these people a lot. Why would you go out of your way to do this? It's ridiculous how taking time off is stigmatized. I remember growing up being spoon-fed, by others, not my family, that taking time off was for the weak. And that you should power through anything and everything. And only take time off if you really could barely stand up and had a fever. That's so bad for our general well-being. Physical, mental, and emotional. We really need to normalize taking time off for self-care days. Or days when working is going to upset our mental health. Or further destabilize it. It's not a weakness to need time to rest and recuperate. Especially after draining events.